So, are you running a restaurant and struggling with how to increase sales? Is product addition the way to go forward, or how do we beat this pandemic? And as we recover from it, how do we get back to pre-COVID sales and further on? So, if as a restaurant owner, if you have been struggling with this question on how to increase sales, I think all of us, as in the restaurant business or in any business, this is a constant endeavor on how do we increase business, how do we increase sales, how do we increase profitability, and how do we get a better return on the money that we have invested. I think Jumbo King, now we are at close to 115 stores, and our ambition is to take this up to 1,000 stores. We see India as a very very large market, and I think as a company, it is our responsibility that we get the strategy part really really right, because that is when the franchisees who come and associate with Jumbo King, they benefit from this thought process. They benefit from the economies of scale that have got created, and that is how it becomes a win-win situation for everyone involved. Our franchisees benefit from the huge volumes which have got created. They get great prices. They benefit from the large advertisement budget that the company has created. So every time the advertisements happen, we talk about our new menu introductions, and every franchisee, whether in Navi Mumbai or in Thane or in Andheri or in any other part of the city, they benefit from the advertisement which happens. Uh, then we have very strong training systems in place, because we make fewer things. We are able to create standard SOPs which we share with our franchisees, and they are able to very quickly train their people who may have zero experience or very little experience, but looking at the videos and the ease of operations with which our business happens, they are able to quickly become very very trained staff. So these it helps them. We have very very low pilferage, because each product is counted, and I know exactly how many pieces I started with in the morning, how many I'm left with in the evening, so how much has sold, and therefore how much cash should be lying in my cash counter. So all of these strengths are what make our franchisees extremely competent in a very very tough market. And friends, believe me, the competition is only going to become greater as more and more as the market expands, as more of the Indian families, the women have now joined the workforce. There are dual income families, and there are smaller families. There are fewer children, probably one or two. So it becomes easier for the husband and wife both to go out and chase careers for themselves. And eating out is going to become, it's going to be a huge explosion in the entire F&B industry. Today, people, they may be eating out once a month or twice a month, and there have been studies done of the eating patterns in the developed countries, that eating out in India, and especially in cities like Mumbai, is going to become from once a month to once a week to probably 5 times a week. And who will benefit from all of this explosion of demand is going to be the organized players who have built the systems, the processes, and very very strong brand names which people are going to trust. Whatever business you take up, I would very strongly recommend study the strategy of the company, understand whether they know what they are doing or not, and whether they are adapting as the times change, because strategies are dynamic. Most of the businesses that die out, they die out because they did very well 20 years ago, but they could not keep up with changing times, and times, they change nowadays much faster with the internet generation. You have to keep adapting, and that is how we feel at Jumbo King. We are constantly adapting, and there is a central team, a central think tank, which is constantly looking at what next, what 1 year down the line, what 5 years down the line. And then we have a very strong operating set of operating team members, and a very strong set of franchisees, and a very committed back-end team which is doing all the manufacturing. And it is all of these things put together that create a winning team, in which it's the team together that is strong. Each individual member by itself may not be able to succeed, but it is the team together which becomes a world winner.